What up, guys? Versus Z with the video review for War Machine from the Iron Man 2 3 3/4 inch figure series, the movie series. We'll quickly talk about his details, articulation a little bit, because they're really not that much different from the Mark 6, and his accessories, of course. So let's get to it. Alright, up front, I can already tell you that this War Machine figure has far much more better detail than the Iron Man Mark 6 figure. And that's mainly because he has more solid lines, solid edges to him, and because of that, kind of the lighting, the natural lighting, and whatever light that you use to shine your figures, with solid edges, the detail is brought out much more easier, as opposed to having curved edges. And someone had already brought this up. Project EAE, yeah, Project EAE said something about that, and I totally agree with that. And you can see it for yourself right here. You can kind of compare this figure with the Iron Man Mark 6 figure. The other thing I love about this, aside from the solid feeling in the edges, is the paint scheme, or not the paint scheme, but the paint application. Rather than having a gloss paint finish, which causes problems with articulation, this is more of a metallic matte finish. And I really like that. It really goes well with War Machine. Once again, with these numerical details, got some letterings here on the shoulder pads and everything. He also has that little number code right there on the back of his thigh, and you can see it a lot better here. This figure does have its paint defects. There's a smudge of silver right there. There's a smudge of silver here also, and then on his forehead, like right where his hairline is, there's an area of gunmetal that should have been painted silver. So it's alright. This is actually the worst of the, not the worst, but this is actually the best of the bunch that I looked at out of like 5 War Machine figures. So yeah, detailing is pretty good though. Alright, I'm going to briefly go over his articulation because it's really not that much different than the Mark 6, except better in a lot of places. And in the most important places, like his arms, you can see his arms are stretched out of his body way farther than the Mark 6 could ever do. And that's because of these shoulder armors, which are not attached to his arms or his just shoulders anyway. They're attached onto these little collar pieces, so they move individually, allowing the arms to reach up about that far. Could be farther if it wasn't for this little thing sticking out of his forearm. But anyway, it's nice. Also, his elbow bend seems to be much more impressive than Iron Man Mark 6. It's much more closer to a 90-degree angle than the Mark 6, or I could be wrong. Actually, yeah, it's the same. I'm sorry. It does still swivel there. He still has the swiveling arms and everything. You can see a little arc light on his palm, which is nice. Still has the ball jointed waist and everything. Same stupid ball joint at the thigh, except it's a lot easier to move. Still has the double jointed knee bend, which is awesome, but of course it's not as flush because of how bulky War Machine is. And the other impressive thing is his feet can actually bend down a lot farther than Iron Man. Bend up farther too, rotate. So yeah, better articulation. Oh, and his head can only go side to side because of these collar armors or whatever. But still, it's better in terms of posability and how easy it is to pose him, how much easier it is to pose him compared to the Mark 6. Oh, and these little posts for these turrets, they can go up and down or back and forth, whatever. And then these units are mounted on a ball joint, so you can rotate them side to side or whatever. So that's pretty awesome. It's really neat. Okay, so now for his accessories, and this is where I actually am very content with his accessory count. As you saw, he has 2 of these chain guns or rail guns or whatever, and this little piece here which attaches onto his back, and you can attach it on either gun, and you can mix and match the positions of the guns and whatever. This is just a really annoying piece because it's very soft, very, not rubbery I guess, but it's annoying because well, this gun, you can pose it forward, but the piece will either pop off or just pull the gun back. You can figure out how to get it on like I did. It took me some time, but once you get it on, it's there. It won't go anywhere. It comes with not one, but whoops. That's why the stands are a good thing to have. He comes with not 1 but 2 missiles, so that's pretty awesome. I don't see why he comes with 2 missiles. I guess if you got 2 War Machine figures, which doesn't sound like a bad idea right now. Once again, the stand and the 3 armor cards for War Machine. And as you saw, the dude fell over, so yeah, the stand is a good thing to have. and he stands on there really nice because for some reason the peg goes in the hole really stiff. Alright guys, so can I recommend this figure? Hell yeah. Come on, this is War Machine, you can't go wrong. $7, you're getting a bigger accessory count than Iron Man. You're getting 2 missiles for some reason. You get these 2 guns right here. One is just a little piece of plastic, the other one is the one that launches the missile. You get the stand, of course, which definitely helps, and then you get the 3 armor cards, which are nice to have, I guess. But all in all, you, aside from accessories, you're getting a much easier to pose figure, better articulated, much more detailed, and just overall just a better figure than the Mark 6. And you're definitely going to get your money's worth, whether you're just going for something simple or the latter, and the latter being those who want something better, like accessory count and just a bigger figure. But anyway, you know, no hesitation, I can definitely recommend, and I suggest you pick this figure up, whether you're a fan of War Machine or not. It's just a nifty little figure to have, just these little figures. And on top of that, if you have an Iron Man figure, like the Mark 6, get the War Machine to complement him. Or if you have War Machine, get the Mark 6 to complement him. They just have to go together. So with that said, I hope this helped for any of you guys trying to make a decision on any alternative choices aside from Iron Man Mark 6. This is definitely one of those recommended alternatives. So hope that helped. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. And now that I'm done reviewing some of my favorite movie series figures, I think it's time to take it back a little bit. Back all the way to when it first started. I'll catch you guys later.